These old mining camps, they are a thing of the past. Yes, there's a few around where people's acquired the land, the mines has went down, and they've sold off pieces of the houses and that, but on average, they're all gone, tore down, a thing of the past. And sometimes, these remnants of the history still imprinted on the land where these old houses was, how these people and these families suffered, the hard times they've had. Well, I'm going to share with you a little unexplainable ghost story from a friend of mine that I worked with that actually eyewitnessed these events in southeast Kentucky. Now, these old mountains, they hold so many secrets, so much mystery, and a lot of ghost stories. So many stories to be told in these old mountains that's forgotten about. Now, this took place in a place called Murray Ellen. It don't even exist no more on the maps. It's called Colgood, and it's between Harlan and Kaywood. I can remember this place when I was an electrical contractor before I started in the mines long ago. And these old places and these hollers, like where I'm talking about, and all through these Appalachias and these coal fields, big old operations like this, 150 years ago, the mines was close by, and you could see down here in the left-hand corner the mining camp homes that the families lived in. Long time ago. And these men, they worked as a family, as themselves as a group in these mines. They had a dangerous occupation, but they all worked together, and it didn't matter what color they was. They all worked as brothers, as a team, and they depended on each other. And they worked hard underground. Before all the modern machinery really come in, it was all shot and hand-loaded by hand in these old mines. And like I said, they really worked some dangerous conditions. Really worked some bad conditions. A lot of them never come home. But that's time gone by, and it still happens today. But really, this story is based around the mining camps, of the families of the miners, and the hard times they had. And had homes like this, all up and down these Appalachias, and they had a lot of hard times in these times. These old homes, some's better than others, but this is the life they had. Raising a big family, hoping their man comes home out of them mines day after day. Camps look like this. This is the average looking mining camp back in its day. And some of them was like this. All different styles. Some were better than others. Some were worse. And these people, and a lot of kids born here and raised in these mining camps, this is all they know. Back in the day, some had it a lot worse than others. You can see here in pictures like this, living in more or less shacks, just trying to survive. This is before any kind of government subsidies, handouts, food stamps. You either worked or you didn't make it. And they traveled down to the country store all the time, past the mines, to these mining camps, to the store back. But a lot of stuff happened in these old mines that nobody knows about in these old mining camps. They had a lot of flu epidemics went around, killed entire families, tuberculosis, always just bad tragedies that you never hear about. Whole families would die from just disease. And these old times, they're gone by, and things have changed to improve a lot. But this story took place. A friend of mine said he actually witnessed his story I'm about to tell you. And they go by these old mining camps, they told me, that they'd been run down and deserted for years. And they would hear people talking in the evening, sometimes see figures of people in doorways that they knowed nobody was there. That's just what people said when they drove by late in the evenings. But anyway, these old places has been acquired by a different company all the time. Well, this company had come in here and they was going to clean all these old shacks up that was abandoned, condemned. They was going to reclaim this land, clean it up, make it look presentable, get rid of all this old stuff. It was falling down anyway. And they was just tearing them down house by house and clearing it down. And there was a lot of old places, all bunched up together up on the side of these ridges of families that lived here years ago. And they even burnt some of them there late in the evening. And some of the workers had told my friend that they'd seen strange lights come out of these old houses at night when they was burning them. They didn't think much of it. Just kind of weird, they thought. But they would see stuff like that. They even said that his friend had told him before he actually witnessed it that they was working on houses to make sure there's no electricity in them. And he would see people in the doors that wasn't supposed to be there, like images of, like a little girl, he said. Well, he didn't think much of it. Thought, that's awful strange. Am I seeing things? They told each other. So they continued to tear these places down. They had electricians making sure there wasn't no power on them and the water was off of them, and they had a lot of asbestos in them. So they made sure they had a water hose crew there to water it down where there wasn't no asbestos dust in the air, and they could continue tearing these down. And there's 4 or 5 people around here watching them as they tore them down, make sure there's no problems, no accidents. And they happened to notice something really strange here. As they were tearing this old house down, they noticed like a figure of a woman, just a shadowy white figure that you could see through it, standing on the porch. And everybody looked in awe as that happened. And it turned from there, went into like a ball of light, and went to flying off of the house, around the house a couple of times, he said. Even flew around in front of where they was tearing it down into the machinery. And they was in awe, because this was 3 or 4 people here witnessing this. And it come out of the machinery, out of the pile of trash is turned down, and it just flew off into the sky. And he actually witnessed it. Now, this was really strange. Made your hair stand up on your head. Well, anyway, they just continued to tear all this stuff down, clear the land, scrape it, plant grass, reclaim it, got rid of all this old stuff. Now, this has happened. All you can see of this place anymore is an old cemetery here on a map called Mary Ellen Cemetery. And yes, there's still coal mines going around here. You can see a big operation here still going on. But it's not called Mary Ellen no more. And when you look around, you can still see remnants all up and down these Appalachian mountains and these hollers where they mined coal years ago. Thing of the past. But you can still see it if you get off the beaten path and look for it. Now, these old mountains, they hold a lot of secrets and a lot of stories yet to be told. A lot of them are forgotten in time. It's hard to imagine some of the hardships that some of the people and families in these old mining camps endured over the years. People just don't understand these coal fields unless that's where you come from or you had people in them. Outside of these mountains, people don't understand. So I hope you enjoyed this little old story. This is awful weird. This was actually happened. He witnessed it. He couldn't believe it himself. So I want to thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.